Hearth of the house. It had pride of place. Not that it would let that slip to the rest of the furniture. It was there, watching the day that Mum and Dad came home with their newborn. While it was unused that day, the summer heat more than enough for everyone, by the time the baby took its first steps and babbled its first words, its steady warmth and glow was the backdrop of the first of many milestones. Its view into the kitchen wasn't great, obscured by sofa, armchair, wall, and it could only just see the corner of the worktop. But it could still smell, in the strange way that a fireplace can, the sweet mince pies that in time came to smell like the night before Christmas. Every year it was a team effort, measuring, rolling, cutting, mixing and baking, before impatiently waiting for the pies to be cool enough to eat. The family would prop their feet up by the fire to enjoy the mince pies, their toes curling and wiggling as it crackled and hissed, joining in with the festivities in its own unique way. It watched from its spot as the baby grew, faster than it expected, each new season marking some subtle and some not so subtle changes. Taller, stronger, quicker, louder. It remembers when the baby became a child and the child became a teenager, leaving the home then for such a time that the fire began to miss her. Change even came to the fireplace itself, susceptible to the encroaching desire for renovation. Not that it minded. Sometimes it even helped the tradesman place the bricks in just the right places. So when the daughter returned, now as an adult, and complemented the cosier new living room, the fireplace ensured the flames sparked and crackled a little more than usual in a contented show of agreement. The first dog the fireplace met was slightly later in life than you'd expect, and it was the daughter's, now grown and with a newborn baby of her own. The fire begged and begged to know more, to learn as much as it could about its growing family. But they disappointingly retreated to the kitchen. It wasn't long, though, before the fireplace recognised the sounds of measuring, rolling, cutting, mixing and baking, of the making of those mince pies, and it knew it wouldn't be long before they returned to warm their toes and while away the most important part of the day in its company. It was a visit filled with laughter, joy and life. Every so often the baby would cry, as babies do, but the fireplace was wise and knew that was just her way of joining in much the same way that the fireplace shared in the moment with its flames crackle and hiss. But all good things come to an end, and it was time for that sweet, once-upon-a-time baby, now with her own family, to go home. She stopped by the fire to watch the flames dance. The fire put on its best show, especially for her. "I'd like one," she remarked, as she lost herself for a time in the dancing flames, the bouncing sparks, the inviting crackle. "One just like this one. I've always loved it." It's a funny thing for a fireplace to watch a life it cannot understand. It can relay the facts of a life, like we have so far, but it can never comprehend the joy of returning home to the warmth and comfort that only itself can provide. It would never know that it fills hearts and warms souls. But what it does know is that to make a house a home, all you need is a lit fire.